In this chapter, we'll take a look at some of the basics of using repositories within Spring Data to perform our CRUD operations. Within Spring Data, repositories are defined as interfaces. Often, we will create our own interface, which will extend one of the repository interfaces provided by Spring Data. The Spring Data project is then able to detect these interfaces and build out their implementations. And this allows us to perform data persistence operations without providing the implementation ourselves. That implementation is provided by the Spring Data project. Within this chapter, we're going to learn more about the repository interface, and particularly we'll take a look at the repository type hierarchy. So within Spring Data, you'll see that the basic interface is the repository interface, and this serves as a marker interface for the framework. Further down the type hierarchy, you will see the CRUD repository interface, and that's going to have a lot of your basic CRUD operations, allowing you to save entities, delete entities, to find entities. Spring Data also provides a paging and sorting repository, which provides us some mechanisms for retrieving our data in pages, as well as performing different types of sorts on our entities that we return. Primarily in this chapter, we'll be working with the JPA repository, which extends the paging and sorting repository. So we will define our own repository interfaces that correspond with our entities and extend the JPA repository interface. Within our lessons in this chapter, we'll be using the JPA repository interface to perform CRUD operations against our data stores. So we'll take a look at the available operations or methods on these repository interfaces and how we can use them to persist our entities to a data store. Finally, we'll take a look at how we can modify the methods exposed on our repository definitions. Spring Data allows us to pick and choose which methods from the underlying type hierarchy can be exposed on a custom interface that we create.